first, I didn't grow up obviously with as much pain, but for me, after losing my son, and I remember even, walking through an office where I knew some people knew who I was. It was going for an interview or something right back in those days. And I remember thinking, what is a man who's lost his son at sea supposed to look like? You know what I mean? Like, how am I supposed to, I completely lost who I was and connection to who I was.
Yeah.
So, and even coming out of that, but to know that all those negative thoughts, all those things that tell you that you're not enough, that you're not pretty enough, that you're not smart enough, all that is BS.
Ooh, that's
all
good.
that is. It's all BS. It's all complete and total lies, that are meant there from the enemy to stop you from moving into your life of abundance.
That's so good. My mind just all over the place. Yeah. But the first thing I want to point out is that we fall for these lies because we don't challenge them. So we hear them, right? We think them in this programming and thoughts that come into our mind, and they go unchallenged. Therefore, we accept them as true, and then we go ahead and play them out in our behavior, and we don't call BS. And the most simple way for me is like, we look at the evidence, right? I'm a loser. You get the statement, I'm a loser. So we look at it and go, is that true? And as my mentor, is that true 100% of the time? Is that for true? You know what I mean? And just really dissect these and break these down and look for all the evidence to the contrary. Here's all the reasons why I'm not a loser, and go into, you know what I mean? And we don't have this conversation. We don't challenge it. And it's very detrimental to our lives.
Totally. And also the other thing to think about, if I might add, I know, is to think about the questions that you're even asking yourself. So, like you just said something that, I feel like we could talk about for an hour, which is, that your brain is a servo mechanism. So essentially it's like, if you said, why am I so stupid? Why do I keep doing things like that? Your brain is going to show you why. It's going to pull all those things up. It's going to show you why you're so stupid. It's going to show you why you keep doing things like that. But instead, if you think, okay, that was a mistake, what can I do better next time to stop that from happening? It will show you the answers to that question, which is a much better question to ask yourself.
That is so amazing. That is so amazing.
Yeah.
I think we really need to grab hold of that revelation. Because, why am I so stupid? The brain's pop, 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 pop. That's why.
Exactly. It will show you. It will show you the reasons why.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to hold on to that one because that one's good. All right, brother. So we're running out of time, but I wanted to give you the opportunity to talk to somebody who's struggling. They're in pain. They're in trauma. They experience something similar to you and to me. What word of encouragement would you give to them? They might be sedating. They might be in addiction, pornography, and all these things to get some sort of comfort and stuff everything that they're feeling. What word of encouragement would you give to them?
I think really the first thing is to, if you can, to stop and pray and to try and get an idea of, where you're supposed to be, for somebody that's been through any type of trauma, to know that, that pain is going to be there for some time. There is no instant healing. There is no, and it will be there forever. It's not like that ever goes away, but there are things that you can do, other than something that's damaging, a damaging type behavior like pornography or drugs, because, when you do those things, you're just masking that pain. But you absolutely 100% must face that pain. At some point, you have to stop and either stop doing what you're doing or start facing whatever it is that you need to face. But wherever you are right now in your life, you are there for a reason. God's showing you something. Try to figure out what it is. And instead of, having that victim mentality and thinking,
Yeah.
why is this happening to me? Think about, why is this happening for me?
Hmm.
Because it is happening for you. And it's all about figuring out what that reason is and making it and moving forward from there. And I know that's easier said than done. But the one thing I feel like in talking to so many different people is that I know I didn't go through what you've been going through and whatever your challenge is, but I've been through something pretty horrible,
Right.
and I know there is a way out, and I did it, and so can you. And I'd love to help anybody out there in any way that I can. I know that's easier said than done, but there is a way.
That's powerful. So, how can people connect with you if they want to reach out to you, know more about you, maybe even in business? But how can they find you?
I'm on LinkedIn. I've never been huge on social media. This is kind of like my beginning steps of what God
Nice.
is guiding me to do. It's even been a long time since I posted on Facebook because I thought I wasn't supposed to have fun. That's what I thought, and so this is something I'm going to continue to do. So I'm on LinkedIn, an email. My email address is Phil, so PHIL at hirefilcohen.com. So that's HIREPHILCOHEN.com. So Phil at hirefilcohen.com. I am working on building a website to be able to talk about all these things, but this is just the very beginning steps of that. But I'd
That's
love to hear
awesome.
from anybody. Yeah,
That's awesome, brother. Well, I appreciate you. Thank you for your time
my
and
pleasure.
speaking to this important topic, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you. It's been a
Thank you.
pleasure.